Ladies and gentlemen, today is officially the day that Texas and Oklahoma join the SEC. It is July 1st, 2024, meaning we have a lot of conference realignments today in the Big Ten, the Big 12, and, of course, the SEC as well. So, obviously, we're not going to go over everything in today's video. Obviously, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we are talking NBA free agency. It started. It's happening. I'm going to give you guys updates on Paul George, LeBron James, where he's going to go. Obviously, all the big signings that have happened as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that DeJounte Murray trade that the New Orleans Pelicans did over the weekend. But first, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, obviously you know what to do. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Tomorrow is going to be a Dynasty Deep Dive recap video for you guys. I'm not sure what time it's going to release at. Could be a little bit later, could be earlier. Who knows? But tomorrow's Dynasty Deep Dive. Wednesday, you'll get Copa America predictions, quarterfinal predictions, as well as tonight, the U.S. men's national team takes on Uruguay in their group stage finale at 8 o'clock p.m. on FS1. So be sure to tune in for that one. If you haven't already been excited, it's the final match. Tim Weah just got suspended, by the way. So, obviously, will we be down a man as well. But, with all that said, let's go ahead and hop right in to this NBA free agency breakdown. Alright, so here we go with our first headline of the day. On June 28th, a few days ago, Emmanuel Quickley signed a 5-year deal, or 5-year, $175 million contract to stay in Toronto with the Raptors. He agreed on a 5-year extension with the Raptors. This is huge because they get one of their key pieces of that core, that young core that they have. Great for Toronto. Now, up next is the fact that on June 28th, the Hornets waived Seth Curry, the guard, the brother of Stephen Curry as well. And then here's the big one that happened over the weekend. And that was the fact that the Atlanta Hawks have traded guard DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans for Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance Jr., a first round in 2027, and a first round in 2028 as well. First of all, that gives me two things. Both of my teams trading, meaning number one, the Atlanta Hawks are sticking with Trae Young in that backcourt. That is what I have theorizing about that, is that they're going to sign Trae Young to some type of extension as well. Also, update on Saddiq Bey, as the Hawks did not deliver the qualifying offer to him, making him a free agent. But regardless, the Hawks are sticking with Trae Young. Now for the Pelicans, that has some uncertainty with Brandon Ingram's future in New Orleans. This tells me that I do not think that those two sides are going to come to an agreement. That's my theorizing on that. And that Brandon Ingram will become a free agent and they'll stick with CJ McCollum, with DeJounte Murray and Zion Williamson, the core group of that Big Three in the Big Easy. So that tells me that the Pelicans are not sticking with Brandon Ingram and that Trae Young is going to be signing an extension in Atlanta. That's my thoughts on that one. Now, on June 29th, D'Angelo Russell takes his 5th-year option to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers. That is a quick update on that one as well. Also on June 29th, Russell Westbrook has picked up his $4 million option to stay with the Los Angeles Clippers. This was the 5th-year option for him, so he will be staying in LA for one more season with the Clippers as well. Now, again, like I said, the Hawks did not deliver the qualifying offer to Saddiq Bey. On June 29th, Royce O'Neal signs a 40-year deal to stay with the Phoenix Suns. Now, I don't know the details of this deal. This is literally all from Woj's Twitter account, so go follow that. I'll put it up here on the screen for you guys too. But Royce O'Neal is one of the bigger players in Phoenix as well. Him and along with KD go really nice together, so it's a good thing that they got their group together for those two. Now they just got to worry about Kevin Durant and if he's going to stay or if he's going to sign as well. Now, also on June 29th, Paul George declined his $48.7 million option, making him a free agent. And I'll talk about Paul George here towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that one as well. The Grizz declined Luke Kennard's option, but both sides do want him to stay in Memphis. So both sides are trying to work out an agreement with him to stay in Memphis as well with the Grizzlies. Update on the Pistons head coach real quick for you guys. And that is the fact that J.B. Bickerstaff has signed a 5-year deal with the Detroit Pistons to become their next head coach. Now, I don't know really anything about the guy. I believe his last stint was in Cleveland. Do not quote me on that one. But if it was, he obviously brought the Cavs to the playoffs. And now we'll see if he can do the same with the Pistons in the next couple of years as well. Obviously, it's going to take some time for Detroit to make the playoffs. But J.D. Bickerstaff has been hired as the Pistons head coach. Moving on to our next headline here, it is Obi Toppin, and he has decided to stay in Indiana and sign a 4-year extension with the Pacers. Max Christie also signed a 4-year, $32 million extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, so he is going to be in LA for a while. Center Luke Cornett signed a 1-year deal to stay in Boston. Again, that's very good for Boston as well as they get their center back. Contavious Caldwell-Pope. This was one of the bigger ones for me at least. He plans to sign a 3-year, $66 million deal with the Orlando Magic. This is huge for the Magic. He can be a role player. He can be a starting player if you need him to. He can do all the things, and it's good for Orlando, especially with that young core that you have a veteran guy on that team to lead them as well. Chris Paul has signed a 1-year, $11 million deal to stay or to be in San Antonio with the Spurs. Him and Wemby is going to look pretty good together. Kind of see it, kind of don't. It is what it is. But here is the one that I was most devastated about last night, and it was Jonas Valanciunas. He has agreed on a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Washington Wizards. Our big boy is leaving us in New Orleans, but hopefully he can go on to do some bigger and better things in Washington. Definitely a player to keep an eye on. Now, center Mason Plumlee has also agreed on a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. And then late last night, the New Orleans Pelicans lost another key player on the bench for them. Najee Marshall has signed a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. So obviously they're trying to take our players and still win the division. That's not happening this year, Dallas, but the New Orleans Pelicans are winning that division. Now, Paul George has signed a 4-year, here's an update for you on Paul George, $212 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers, man, they're making moves right now. Again, another one in Philly is that Tyrese Maxey has agreed on a 5-year, $204 million extension to stay in Philly. So, again, those two signings tell me right now that Philadelphia is locked in with their core, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and the newly added Paul George as well. They're going to be looking nice next year if they can stay healthy for real. But the 76ers, they're making moves that nobody thought they would be making. Now, center Jalen Smith from Indiana has agreed on a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Chicago Bulls. Center Isaiah Hartenstein has also agreed on a 3-year deal, $87 million deal with the Thunder as well. And then the final one is a big one here. Tobias Harris has agreed on a 2-year, $52 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. So, again, the ones that stick out to me is the Paul George and Tyrese Maxey signings for the 76ers. The DeJounte Murray trade is one that sticks out to me for New Orleans. Valanciunas signing with the Wizards is a big one for them as well. They get a very experienced center as well. So those are all the free agent signings. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. Let me know which one you guys think that was the most important in the comments down below. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Once again, if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Really quickly, before I cut you guys loose, again, Team USA is taking on Uruguay in the finale of their group stage for the Copa America. Basically, you got to get in if you want, or you got to win and hope for a draw if you want to win as well. So, that being said, USA's got their work put out for them tonight. My score prediction is 1-0 Team USA. But, hey, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Tomorrow is a Dynasty Deep Dive, so hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers before the release of EA Sports College Football 25. So, I'm going to hop off. Thank you all so much for watching. And, of course, I will see you all in tomorrow's Dynasty Deep Dive.